Hello again. Welcome to Truth Talk. This is Lisah Mwangi. And we have our guest today here, Pastor Tillarh.
Thank you for having me, Lisa.
Leo tunaongea Sheng yote. I'm so happy because I'm interviewing a pastor who is so good in Sheng.
Maybe it's not the latest.
Niliona kuna ingine iko Kenya inaitwa Lombotov something. Na kulombotov.
Hatujafika hiyo.
Hatujafika hapo.
Bado.
Sawa. Yeah. So we don't really have to focus a lot on English, but najua tutatumia lugha zote zenye tunajua.
Correct.
Sawa. Karibu sana Pastor Tillarh.
Thank you.
I'm very happy to have you.
Thank you.
I've been longing for this time. You know. Sasa tuambie, kuna watu wakujui, mimi nakujua. Kuna watu wakujui. Who is Pastor Tillarh?
Do you want the long version or the short version?
The short version.
All right.
Summarize it.
Beautiful. Pastor Tillarh, my name's Pastor Tillarh. Niko na watoi watano.
Wow.
Married with a wife. Ni them. Sio jamaa. And so we are blessed with 5 children.
Wow.
We have 3 boys and 2 girls. Yeah, the eldest is 23 and the youngest is 10 years old.
Wow.
Nimekuwa pastor for the last could be over 20 years as a pastor.
Wow.
I was a pastor in Kenya for 7 years. I belong to the Redeemed Christian Church of God.
Yeah. Nile pale Huruma.
Hii ni nyingine ya kama ushamsikia Pastor Prince Obasiike na Pastor Esther Obasiike. Sisi tuko pale panaitwaje Moi Forces Memorial Hospital.
Okay.
Right opposite over there, but we have branches all over Nairobi and all over Kenya.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's an international ministry that has a presence in about 198 countries in the world.
Wow.
In Sweden, hapa tuko na almost 30 branches. In the UK, there are about maybe 1,000 plus branches. Yeah, and then in the US, maybe 1,000 plus as well. And then in Africa, tuko nazo nyingi. Eastern Africa region, where I came from, obviously, we had about 90 something, close to 100 and something parishes. So the focus, the ministry need church planting, sisi plant. We just go home planting churches. And so by the time I came around, pia nilikuja, and we started off a parish, and we've grown by God's grace.
So you've been a pastor for 20 good years, both in
20
Kenya,
plus.
20 plus, and here.
Yes.
Okay, when did you come to Sweden?
How old is my son? Third born is 18 years old. So I came 18 years old, 18 years ago.
Hi, when is
Mzee kijana. Au sema kama msencha.
Msencha. I'm interviewing the right person. Wow. Guy, that's a long time.
Well, it's not long, but ukiangalia vile watu hiyo wamegrow then unaweza ona ni long. Yeah, sababu unaona mtu yesha kwa 18. Last jana he just got his driver's license jana.
Wow, gratis.
Yeah, so tumemalizana naye, the other 2 ahead of him pia walipata their driver's license. So that's when you begin to do this kind of things, unaona kumbe yenye time imefly. Unaona ukianza kuhesabu miaka kwa vidole, unaona pension ina knock
kabisa.
Na bado
wow. Sasa ukikuja Sweden, uli decide utaka hapa, like you'll stay here, you'll work here?
Very interesting question.
Yeah.
Kitu ili happen ni kuwa I came in as a student. But I didn't know mpango ya God ilikuwa anatumia hiyo avenue for me to come and do ministry work. It is just being a student was an avenue for me to come around.
Yes.
So, in fact, in my own thinking, nilikuja nikijua, I've served for 7 good years as a pastor in Kenya, I need a break. So I knew I'm coming here as a student.
As a student,
2 years, take it easy, finish my masters, just ni relax. Unajua, ni relax tu, hiyo kazi ya kanisa kwanza ipumzike, at least nipumzike. Unajua, juu nikiwa home kapa, so
yes.
Hakuna day ya kupumzika, hakuna semester, hakuna chochote. You understand? Holiday unaiona kwa TV.
Kwa TV, hiyo sasa.
So ilikuwa gani Monday to Monday, alafu napiga job kama kawaida. So Monday to Friday job normal, midweek services pale nasukumana nazo. Alafu Sunday service as usual, alafu ma follow up, manini, ma crusade, kujaribu ku make sure congregation ina hold. Na junior ilikuwa na congregation yetu ilikuwa in Stockholm. So that basically ikawa, by the time nikakuja I started off. And already while I was doing my studies, God akaniambia hakuna holiday na mimi, kazi inastahili kuchapo. So I came and discovered a couple of strongholds that were operating over here because the situation was quite strained.
Yes.
And as a believer, what happened is that the natural thing to do is to do a spiritual mapping. So when I was doing my spiritual mapping, the Lord showed me a lot of strongholds that needed to be pulled down by virtue of the fact that these things needed to be dealt with, because one of the things is that they are hindrances to the people that come around, especially immigrants as we come in, diaspora. And you find that we just have a certain limit.
Yes.
We cannot go beyond that particular limit. So what is it that was actually causing this ceiling? So with that, the Lord just pushed me, and I had to start a parish, and I started in Uppsala. So I used to drive all the way about 1 hour plus, 4 times a week, when I hold service, and I come back to Stockholm.
Yeah, I remember those times.
Yes.
I met you in Emmanuel Shirka.
Yes.
I remember
those times, and then the African Fellowship, and all that kind of stuff.
Wow. So tuambie, hiyo kama masters ilikuwa ya nini? Tu encourage watu waambie kama pastors wanapata masters.
Masters, that was my second master's at that time. So it was in internet working, which is computer internet working, trying to connect wireless systems, now servers, now all that kind of stuff. Interconnectivity. So I did that because the first master's that I had done was in computer science. So nikakuja nikafanya another master's in internet working.
Yaani ukaacha hiyo watu ukasema wacha ni serve Mungu. Wacha ni serve watu.
Unajua kuna difference ya calling na kuwa tu paso, because watu kila mtu anakuwa paso. Essentially there's a price to pay. Niko na marafiki zangu wale, we did the same masters there in Ericsson, there in different places. Some of them are they've finished their PhDs and all that kind of stuff. But I realized that God alitumia here as a vehicle for me to whatever.
Because
as we speak, even saizi, there's another master's I'm doing in Umeå, in artificial intelligence, which is a computer related area. Now I know that God ananipeleka huko kwa sababu anataka ni plant another parish huko. But it's giving me a foothold in that environment. So it's that kind of stuff.
Wow. Congratulations.
Asante.
We are proud of you.
We give God all the glory.
Amen. Amen. Sasa Pastor Tillarh, niko na swali hapa, because now we are trying to create awareness and give information to our Kenyan community, and not only Kenyans, even everybody at large.
Correct.
But we'll focus a little bit about Kenya because sisi ni wa Kenya.
Correct.
Na ningetaka utueleze kidogo, by the time you came here before me, how was the Kenyan community that time and how is it now, just shortly?
Well, there's a lot to be desired to compare In fact, mtu semagai, you're looking at things with a lot of nostalgia. Yeah, when you look at things retrospectively. Kiangalia unajua na ile vile wasvene usemaga backspegel. Yeah, using the back mirror. You know. So ukianza kuangalia vitu from that perspective, una find the Kenyan community was very, very cohesive. Very, very cohesive.
Yes.
It was as though it was one kind of community.
Exactly.
And the interesting thing is that before even that time, because I had been in this environment in the 90s, yeah, the first time I came to Sweden was in 91, 92. Yeah. And what happened is that around about that time, in fact, the Kenyan community was one of the largest community. Yeah, Saizi, we still are maintaining those numbers, but not the largest community per se from Africa, which is a total shame. And probably that's something that maybe we will have to probably speak about. If you want me to speak about that later, it is up to idea.
Of course, we will have a lot of time, and of course, this is not the first one. Interview, I'll come back. Then if you want me to come back,
you're more than welcome. Nakaribishwa sana.
Mimi nakupata, najua mali uko, so hata ukisiponiambia, I'll just come.
Beautiful. So right now the Kenyan community is very dispersed.
Yes.
It's everybody for himself. And it appears God for us all.
God for us all.
Yeah.
You know, recently there was a matanga somewhere, and somebody created a WhatsApp group for people, of course, to help out. And then I went through the list, and I realized actually this list is just one tribe.
It's a shame. It's a pity.
Yes, and I'm like, wow. This was never there. This was never there.
It's heartbreaking.
Yes.
It's really, really heartbreaking.
I was like, no,
it's heartbreaking.
No. Yeah, we really need to do something. And I thank God because we are getting good response on how to bring Kenyans together again, on how to bring back the love that we had for each other and the unity that was there. And I know with this cause and with others coming in, please, our viewers, if you still have ideas and you know of how we can bring Kenyans together, you're welcome. You can drop your idea there. You can reach us out. Our number will be down there. You can always reach us out and write to us and tell us this is what I think we should do, because it is a high time we do this. And we can do this. If everybody decides now it is the time, we are able to do this. Now we'll take a short break and we're coming back again with Pastor Tillarh. Bye-bye.